I'm back, and today I'm going to be showing you guys how I do my everyday natural makeup kind of thing. I don't wear this every single day, but when I want to do makeup and I just want to run out the door, I just quickly chuck this face on. It's super glowy, and yeah, as you guys know, I am not a makeup person, but this has been really highly requested. If you like what I put on my YouTube, feel free to subscribe. Anyway, keep watching if you want to see how I did this. I've been sick, so my skin has literally shed itself, like, sorry. But let's just get into it. So first I use my, is it even that, do I literally have to do that thing with the hand behind? I do, for it to focus. Here I go. This is the Mario Badescu rose water stuff. I just spray it on my face to give it a bit of hydration. First off, I love my skin to be glowy, so I chuck on this NARS liquid illuminator in Copacabana. I'm probably butchering that the fuck up, but basically it's like a liquid highlighter, I guess, and you're probably just meant to chuck it like on the, you know, the highlighty bits, but I place it there mostly, but then I kind of put it like literally everywhere. And you can see I now look like the Tin Man, and that's the look we're going for today. So for foundation, I literally just grab whatever is there, and I normally mix my colour. So I've been liking this L'Oreal Infallible Pro Glow, which is really good. It's quite thin, but it is like, I guess, medium coverage. And then I chuck in some Estee Lauder Double Wear. That, I guess that's one of the most like full coverage foundations you can get, I suppose. Maybe I'm just real behind, there's better ones now. But yeah, so I mix that. What I'm doing today is I'm gonna mix that, and then I'm gonna chuck in some more of this. So I just mix it up with my finger. I never know if that's good practice, who bloody knows. And I love using my beauty blender. Like, I literally feel like it's changed my makeup so much. I used to use like a like kabuki, I guess, brush, like a real dense one, but I find with a beauty blender you get such a nice finish. The first time I used a beauty blender, I used it with without wetting it. What was I even thinking? Like, literally makes such a difference wetting it. There's no way. When you use it dry, it literally just soaks up all the product. I was like, beauty blenders are so shit. I don't know why everyone loves them. And then, yeah, I realized I was doing it completely wrong. Get it in your ear hole. As you can see, I have heaps of redness. Like, my whole face is always just red, and it's been like that literally my whole life. I've just always had a red face. But most makeup seems to cover it quite well. Still a bit around my eyes. And obviously blend it down your neck a wee bit. I'm gonna get a mirror because I'm literally using my camera to see, and it's probably not even picking shit up, and it probably looks so bad like close up, imagine. So you can still see like the red on my cheeks, and so if I was doing like a real full coverage, like if I wanted, like if I'm going out or something and I wanted to basically not even look like myself, I would then go like over again with another layer. But you'll see soon that once I actually put my concealer on, I feel like I said that weird. It kind of, because I do it in a triangle, I'll show you, it takes up like most of that anyway. So once it's all blended in, once it's all blended in, what the fuck did I do that? I then use literally the best concealer in the world. I don't even know what I was using before this, but it would always crease like right under my eyes, like right here. I'd get those lines and it would kind of rub off during the day, do you know what I mean? But this has just changed everything. It's the best thing. And also using a beauty blender as well. So I just chuck a bit under my eyes, some on my chin, a little bit on my nose, and I don't put any on my eyelids because I just use what's on the beauty blender. So this is obviously a real light concealer, but I just do the same. I want to get one of those little tiny beauty blenders because they're so cute, and I feel like it would fit like so well under my eyes. It's well under everyone's eyes, Riley, shut up. See how that's kind of like come down and covered most of the redness, and then there's still a bit on my cheeks, but gotta save money on that blush. Perks of having red cheeks. Same on this side. Literally the best concealer. I don't understand. Has anyone tried anything that they think in their opinion is actually better than this? Because I'd be so interested in trying something. Because I just don't understand how you could get better than this. So if there's something, shit. Amazing. Cool. So that's concealer done. I then, get this, I bake, but I don't have a loose powder, so I just like make my own, improvise. Here we go. I get this cheap as shit pressed powder. It's the Rimmel transparent one. It was like $6 or something in Australia. I then use, this is so shame, I use the end of my like little brush, and oh, how can I do this and show you guys? And then I just like scrape it. I can't believe I'm showing you this. This is so bad. What do you mean? Until there's like little, until it's all like loose pretty much. I'm just creating my own loose powder, okay? And then I just press my beauty blender into it, and then press it under my eyes. And you're away laughing. Free bloody loose baking powder. Baking powder? Now I'm hungry and I want to go bake a cake. Some on my chin, some down my nose, and then I just let it like sit there while I do my eyebrows. Cool, so eyebrow time. I've had my eyebrows, what's the word? Feather tattooed here, and then the ends were done just with like the hard one, like tattooed and then feather touch in the front. That was done over a year ago now, and it's still like, without that being done, my eyebrows were like non-existent, so it's changed heaps, but I still like to fill them in. So recently I've been using the Brow by Benefit, and it comes with a little brush. Funny story about this, we're in Aussie and I needed some new brow stuff, so I bought this from, what's it stuff called? Maya, I think it's called, and bought it in a little bag, and then Vita was carrying a little bag, and he's obviously put it down the shopping centre, hasn't he? So he's completely lost it, and then he bought me some more for my birthday. So that was cute. Okay, so it's like a little like pomade thing. It's got a little hole in it. I feel like there's like an air bubble or something. But yeah, so I just take this. Oh, how am I gonna do this and show you guys? I have to use that palette again. Look at my hair, all the bits. Quite good. Pretty, amazing. Okay, so, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to stay in focus, but I'll try my best. So I basically just follow the shape. I start like in the middle. And then I just create a more defined tail. And just go in where I want my arch to be. See that? And so that's how long I want it to be, and then I just do the same underneath. This is so hard to show you guys because I've got like nothing to lean on. They'll probably end up being whack as, and it's like not how I usually do it because I'm getting all stressed. And then I do underneath. Cool. So can you see how I've kind of got like the outside, but there's still like random little bits in here that I need to fill in? So then I take some more of the pomade stuff and I go through it again, and I sort of just like lightly, so like I kind of draw an outline, and then I go through the rest of it and just kind of colour it in. And I just go back to like filling it in, and then I'll see a bit where I want to make it more sort of harsh. Cool, so now I've got that shape, and then I just do the exact same on the other side. Cool, so now that I've gone over with the pomade stuff, I then like to darken them up a little bit and just make them a little bit more harsh. and I just do that with an eyeshadow that looks about the right colour. So I just grab any palette. We don't have the cheap way, guys. We don't need like extra things, because how many, like, clearly we all get different kinds of bloody eyeshadow palettes, and you never like use them completely. Do you know what I mean? Like, you get a new one and you love that one, you use different colours from different ones, and you always have your favourite, and then colours just sit there. So instead of buying an eyebrow powder, I just use one from this palette. This is the Chocolate Bar palette, and I use the colour Truffled. It's just a like kind of warm brown. It's quite dark, and so I literally just dip my brush in, and I start just like how I did before. I go around the edge. Can you see? That's just a little bit darker, and it kind of sets them, I guess. Exact same thing, just going over what I've already done. Now that I've got darker roots, I can just make them a little bit darker.
And I'll just do the exact same thing, obviously they're a bit lighter at the front, because I don't want like big block brows.
But yeah, see the difference? I'll do this side. I feel like this makeup every day takes me, well, I don't wear it every day. I'll probably do this like once a week to be quite fair. But it probably takes me like less than 10 minutes, 8 minutes, because right now I'm just talking, whereas normally it would be like done super quick. And I wouldn't actually have to focus on what I'm doing. I just do it, you know? Cool. So that's my brows all done. And now I've still got that powder under my eyes. So what I do is I just take this like little fluffy brush thing. I get a bit more powder on the brush, just so I'm not sweeping any foundation away around where I've baked. And then I also get a little bit more, and I'm gonna put it just where I want to bronze and contour, so that my brush doesn't pick up the foundation again and like move it everywhere. And then all the red comes from underneath and everything goes bloody tits up. Cool. So I don't set my whole face, I just set, like I said, where I want to do my other powder shit, otherwise it all just moves around and looks shit. Doing a little bit of contour now, I use this NARS brush that's real, it's got like a straight little bit, or I guess you could use this one like that and just pinch it, or just whatever you want to use. If you're precise and use a little edge of the brush, then go use this. I'm going to use Hoola, which is actually probably done its dash, and I just tap in there, and I'm only going to put this like right, like no longer than the length of the brush, do you know what I mean? And I use it, like I put it right by my ear, and I just wiggle it. So you can't even see it when you're front on, and it just creates, because this is like a real, I guess, cool tone, so it's going to create the shadow rather than a bronzer, which is going to come down and, you know, bronze up the cheeks. So that sort of just creates a little shadow. I take a little bit in my hairline as well. I don't contour my nose because it's already as thin as fuck. Like, you couldn't get a thinner nose than that actual buy. Next, I am going to use this. It's actually, funny story, I've had this for frickin' years as well. I wanted my first bronzer and I bought this from MAC, and it's actually a blush. Quite good. But I like it because it's really warm, and so I use a brush that's, what would you even call that? It's like angled, but it's like nice and soft and fluffy, and when you go like that, it like goes quite big, but then it can still, you know, go on the spot where I need it. I just tap in here, because you can always add, but it's a lot harder to get rid of shit when you put it on your face already. So I'm just gonna kind of go over where I just did that contour, but I'm bringing it down on my cheeks. See the difference? So that's just that side, and then that side's a lot more warm and just like sort of, I guess, natural looking. Like that's just like, you can see the little line that you've done with the contour, but then you bring this in and it sort of just warms everything up. And I guess it's got a little bit of like sheen, it's not super matte as well, which adds to the glowy look that we're trying to achieve. And then I chuck some on my forehead as well, and it all ties ties in together. Now since like, oh, get off please. Actual bite, looks like I've got a little hair grump. How am I even meant to get that off? There we go. So as you can see, I haven't put any blush on because my cheeks are red as fuck. Which I'm quite lucky because I don't have to buy a blush. So I'm not complaining, but I just sort of, this is obviously meant to be a blush, so I just sort of bring it over my cheeks and that sort of looks like a bit of blush. And then sometimes I run this down the side of my nose if I feel like the centre of my face is a bit too white. And yeah, I take some down my neck a wee bit to blend that all in. Amazing. So as you can see, I've still got foundation lips. My eyelids are like a bit creasy because I only just put that concealer on. So I need to fix my lips, do a little bit on my eyes, and also highlight. Even though I look like I've already got some on because most of the shit I've just used has some sort of element of glow in it, I still like to fuck my face up and put 100 different things on. So I'm gonna quickly show you what I do with my eyes. I just grab this fluffy eyeshadow brush and I grab any sort of shadow. So today I might use the peanut butter, which is like a warm brown. And I grab some of that with like a light shade, so it's not too dark. And then I just whack it in my crease. And that just gives it a bit more colour, a bit more depth, and it also stops it from creasing and going all oily and gross. Cool. So now that that's all done, highlight time, and this is the part where I use 100 different things. So the first thing that I use is the MAC Lightscapade. It's real white, like it's like a white highlight, and I guess it's less intense, so I like to put it everywhere. So I put it on my cheekbones, and then I also take it like under my eyes. I think some people don't like doing that because obviously where you put highlight is where like bumps and little creases are gonna show more, but I don't know, I like my face to glow, so I chuck it on my nose, on my cupid's bow, on my forehead, on my eyelids, like under my eyebrows. And yeah, so that's kind of like a subtle, can you see? Like it's just all over glowing. And then I am gonna go in with another highlighter. It's this other one by MAC, so it is like a goldy one, and it's called Oh Darling. Oh, why can't, there we go. And I just chuck that on my fan brush again, and I'm gonna focus that more on my, like the tops of my cheekbones. See how that's like a way more intense highlight than that white one? Like it makes a huge difference. I get a little bit on my finger and pop a bit on my nose and my cupid's bow, and I also run this under my eyelids, under my eyebrows again. So every highlight that I use, I go from like the less intense and then I work my way up to the more intense. And so like the start one, you put it sort of like everywhere, and then this one you're just focusing more. And then the end one, I'm just like gonna focus exactly where I want, like, see where that's just like popping there? I put a tiny bit of this other one on there. So this one's like an iridescent pinky, it kind of goes pinky gold, it's called Show Gold. And I wonder, yeah, so it looks that color in the pan, like it's like a pinky, and then it goes gold as you like change it around. So I'm just gonna put a tiny bit of that right on the top of my cheekbone where I want it to bang, bang, bang. To blend it all together with a more bronzy sort of highlight, I use this, and it is the Global Glow from MAC, and I just use that on like a biggish fluffy brush, and I sort of go over where I bronzed, but just blends the highlight in a little bit more. Put a bit on my cheeks for a bit of colour, some on my forehead, some down my neck. So this just blends everything in. So I'm all done for my face. I just need to chuck some lipstick on because literally that's a joke. Foundation lips, bye. So for my lips, I literally, oh my god. So for my lips, I literally just use anything that looks like my lips but better. And so I'm just gonna grab this faux, is it faux? Yeah, it must be faux, by MAC. I chuck a bit on. I rub them and then I use my finger, just go over like, over my lips real lightly, so like it's not gonna rub off, like I just kissed my hand and nothing came off, but it just goes over the top of that foundation so that it doesn't look whack. So this is my finished, natural, everyday, quick makeup look. It takes me under 10 minutes. I sometimes set it with just whatever spray I have lying around. And then we're good to go. So yeah, this is it. Thank you for watching. If you like my shit, feel free to subscribe. Also on Instagram is HealthyChick101. And I will see you in my next video. Bye.